We are live.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. I have Cindy as well as Susan here with me today.
We're busy right now because we're kind of hearing crickets at the moment. We're trying to keep the office busy, the crew's busy. I don't know if any.
Yeah, that wasn't me. Just to throw it out there, the brains behind Wholesale Fencing, his name is Adam Butts, and it's great. If and when you need to get your fence materials, we sell them nationwide, all different varieties, and that's the only plug I'll throw in there.
I think it's gonna dumb our generation up a little bit, though. I'm nervous that after a while, nobody's gonna be writing their own emails. They're just gonna be They're gonna be typing in, tell Susan, I think she smells funny.
Yeah, he asked me about it too. He says, "What's Susan's mom's name?" And I said, "Toby." And he was like, "She requested me." And I said, "Accept it. Duh, we love mom."
And we started doing meetings in the morning, and we have designated I don't know if you guys have how you do your teams, international BNIs.
BNI.
Yeah, they BNI in every city.
Yeah.
Y con eso, hablando de eso, es qué difícil es cuando una persona entra a trabajar a un lugar que nada más hablan en inglés, ¿verdad?
I love the challenge. I love learning new stuff every day. And I feel like if I had to choose to do that on my own, I don't know that I would.
I like that.
I will tell you, my husband and I, we just got into the digital world this last, in 2023. We were still handwriting, all of our lead forms, all of our, fence layouts, everything.
I need my little halo on top of my head.
Does that mean I need to put on my horns?
What the fence show is all about. And, I stuck around because I got a great group of amazing women.
You're talking about, millions and millions of dollars in a contract is not something that is, I guess, typical in the fence world, right?
Makes me jealous. Now I want a horse, Brian.
Hey, y'all. Okay. It is September 23rd, and I'm in the wrong time zone because my phone says it's 3:35 p.m., but my laptop says that it's 5:35 p.m., so that means I am in Las Vegas and confused.
That sounds about right? Hey,
yeah.
It's better than a 6-hour time change, so.
Well, and why would you have a 6-hour time change, Monica?
I don't know, just maybe somebody might be in Hawaii and there might be a time change, yes.
Yeah, so. You have a very beautiful tan going on right now. Would that be from a 6-hour time change?
Maybe, yes. So,
awesome. Yes. Well, welcome on. Everybody knows who Monica is. Everybody knows who Yadira is. But let's talk about what people don't know about Monica. She has this beautiful new shirt on. You might have seen her logo here, there, and yonder here recently. She has started a new business called not Ideal Solutions. That's your fence company.
That's another one of her businesses.
Integrators Solutions. And we're so excited to have you here today and kind of do a semi deep dive on what that is. So let's go ahead and pass you over the helm. And what is Integrators Solutions?
Thank you, Susan. Yes, it's that whole entire time change, right? Doesn't it just totally throw you off?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, well, thank you guys. Yes, I bet not everybody knew, right? So Integrated Solutions is a company that we started due to the fact that everybody knows that we own also Ideal Fence, which is the NCI, which is a fencing company. But what Integrated Solution is that we give business owners and contractors back their time, missed revenue by plugging in trained virtual supports into their businesses. So our clients stop missing calls, follow up faster within their client, and they sell more jobs without adding office chaos. So basically what it is that we train. We've been we train virtual assistants to operate and support your business in the contract world, and then which is people, process, and then platform. So we actually, so some companies will just go ahead and say, hey, would you like a virtual assistant? You'll kind of like meet one, and then they'll say, here, they're yours, right? What we actually do is that we go through the training process within your company, and we make sure that we set them up for success. So any of your platforms, any of your social media, anything that you're utilizing, we will then train them. And then it will take us about a week to go ahead and then put them within your workplace to go ahead and take over some of the repetition work that you actually have. So that's what we basically do.
Wow. So tell me, like, say you got a new customer, what would be the process of you coming in to my fence company and helping me with this if I wanted to learn more about it?
Sure. Basically what I do is that all clients go through me first. So I meet with every single one of the clients. We go through a process where we assess your business. We'll take 2 weeks, 3 weeks at the max, and we'll see what's the repetition work that you are doing on a daily basis. Once we go ahead and have that all assessed, we will then decide, well, not we, I will then suggest to you what we see that might be able to go ahead and come off of your plate, and you can concentrate your attention on other things that are going to help you to make money, right? So then that could be your social media platform. You're constantly having to post, you're constantly having to make reels. I mean, we all know that coming up with something, like I came up with something last night, right? Like a song, but it actually takes a bit of your time to go ahead and then do, and then to implement it, put it into a process, and then having to go ahead and push it out. A lot of people know that social media is pretty easy to go ahead and just set it on a timer, but are you getting the kind of views that you want? Are you able to go ahead and check up on those comments? Are you able to go ahead and see what post is actually giving you the best outcome, and then turn it into a Google, into a Facebook ad? So then we would go ahead and talk about that. We would talk about any platforms that you would like us to go ahead and maybe clean up your CRMs. Perhaps maybe you want to, your emails, you're getting a lot of emails and you don't know where you're at your emails. So then we would go ahead and delegate that to the virtual assistant to make sure that what emails is important, what needs to be on the top. We would then triage them to make sure that which one is important to you, so that way you can go ahead and get ahead of the game. So we would go ahead and take all those things into consideration, and then we would then put it out on paper. And every week, once you do have your virtual assistant in place, you will get a report on whatever is it that you're going to be having them do. A lot of them have personal assistants. Maybe you might be one that's like, okay, I don't want it for my workplace. I want it for myself. I have too many appointments. I have to do so many things. I just need somebody to help me to keep me on track. Perhaps maybe order my groceries, have them ready for me when I get home, call in my doctor's appointments, investigate or research some things perhaps, and then they're able to go ahead and do that. Get your insurance. You want a brand new car, they can go ahead and do research. And
can they take my kid to the doctor's office and help them with homework? That's all I need to know.
We can do the homework part, yes, but not take it to the doctors.
Wow, Monica, that's super impressive. So let me ask you a question. Whenever you were sitting there and you had that kind of aha moment that, you know, you wanted to provide something that brought value to companies, right? Like, why or how did that thought come to you?
It actually came because of my husband. He has a lot on his plate, and I've seen that a lot of things that he does is repetition. And sometimes he has a hard time of letting go of some things, even if it was just social media, putting a post out. He wanted to go through it. He wanted to make sure that it was what he wanted. Sometimes it was just putting in a client. He wanted to make sure that it was done correctly in his way and his process. So when we got introduced by somebody else about virtual assistants, there was no way. We said, nah, that's not for us. It's going to cost so much money, and it's going to take so much time just to even put him in place. And that's what I hear now. And that's because I was so misinformed before. I didn't know how to work with a virtual assistant. So that's why it made it harder. But then once I seen that I got a personal assistant for myself and how they were able to work, how I'm able to delegate them, how we were able to work, and then those intricacies in regards to them knowing what the platform is, training them, telling James, look, this is what they know, this is what's going to be done. And it was okay for him to go ahead and let go of the reins. And he was able to concentrate so much more that at this moment in time, he doesn't have to go into the office like he had to be in the office at, let's say, what, every single day, including Saturday and Sunday sometimes, right? Now he has to go in for, in case, a couple of reasons, but nothing where he has to be there to go ahead and make sure that things are working to the way that they wanted them to work. So it was easy for him to try to get some things off his plate.
So
And you got
besides,
more time with your husband, so
Yes, exactly.
you hear that, ladies?
sorry, besides social media, say I would like for it to kind of take my phone calls for my potential customers and kind of give me the, which customers I need to actually go out to do a sales call, or which one is just, trying to figure out what my pricing is. Will it do that too? Can you train it to do that as well?
Yes, exactly. We actually don't answer calls, and there's a reason why, because there's so many things that each company is different. So what we do is that we implement a call where they are actually even talking to a virtual assistant, or you might miss a call. Some people like to go ahead and take their calls, like Jason Smith. He loves to take his calls. He loves to talk to his clients. So basically what I would suggest for him, it would be record the call. Then it sends it through the Google number. The virtual assistant's able to go ahead and put everything into the system, like if they have actually talked to the client. But let's say that you don't talk to the client. Basically what we do is that we send them out an email or a text to their phone, and it says, it goes through a couple of questions like, are you ready to go ahead and when would you like your project done? What's the price range that you want your project? What is it that you're needing? Is it a wood fence? Is it a chain link? Is it vinyl? So we go through a couple of questions to kind of make sure where they are at in the process, and then we will triage them out. That way, you know which ones are serious, which ones are ready to go ahead and pull the trigger. I'm really looking. I have this party going on, my graduation, and I'm really looking for friends. I've called other companies, and they're not calling me back. You're actually the first one I've been able to get a hold of. So it's easier for you to go ahead and say, okay, I'm definitely going to go for this one. This one's going to be, and so then we move them through a process or a chart, where then you're able to say, I'm going to go through this line. These are going to be, let's say a 3 to a 4, and these are maybe a 1 to a 2 to go ahead and purchase something. So that's what we do.
So what about language barriers for your personal assistants? Do we have them?
So we do have language barriers, but we also have applications that help us throughout. So if you want to do some, let's say in Spanish or in Creole or in something else, we're able to go ahead and do that as well. But we don't go ahead and talk to clients. So that language barrier is there, but not really there. Most of our information is already typed out. So whenever the client is, we're reaching out to the client, it's just basically a text stating that they can go ahead and log on. They click the link, and then they're able to make an appointment.
Wow.
So yeah, and you can either choose an appointment via text. I'm sorry, no, we send out the text. You can either make it a phone call, which is a 15-minute call that you talk to the client, because sometimes they just want some basic information. Or you can go ahead and do a virtual appointment. So those are really popular here among us. We actually meet with them, and sometimes we can get their information already. It's already uploaded somewhere else. And then, or either an in-person one. So you're able to go ahead and make those 3 appointments for them. Yeah.
Wow, Monica. So this is on top of everything else that you have going on. It's crazy. Are you kind of taking this on as something new for yourself, or is it just kind of being added to everything else that you, because I remember talking to you in Evansville, and you had a lot of stuff going on personally, and business wise. So
Yes. So I remember a wise person told me to live in the moment, right?
yeah.
So I took that actually very serious, and I started this company to go ahead and help out. And actually, what it has turned out is that I have came across more individuals that just have a Facebook page.
Yeah.
They don't know what a CRM is. They
Yeah.
don't know what it means to go ahead and have a website.
Yeah.
So I'm able to help them out as well, kind of like at the bottom, what is it that you need to go ahead and get an insurance, you get an LLC. So I've been able to help out, and that's my passion, is helping out individuals.
Yeah.
And I learn every time that I help anybody else out, which also helps the company. And what I have learned is that some people don't want other people to know that they have virtual assistants, because they like to go ahead and be like, yes, this is what I do, right? And then there's others that are very open to it. And some of them, and then others that are afraid to ask questions. Like, how much is it going to cost? What is it that you do? What kind of services am I going to get? What kind of reporting am I going to get? How does this look for my company?
Yeah.
So that's where I have came across. And so I've added that on to that piece, but it's because I'm living in the moment, right? I'm also helping individuals out that want to start a business, that don't know how to start a business, Spanish speakers as well. I'm able to go ahead and help them, but then also continue on for those businesses that are already on top and that are focusing their attention on something bigger, which is to go ahead and make money, their revenue, their profit. And right now, some of the other ones are just barely getting started. So I'm able to do the whole entire gamut, and I'm really happy with that. So
I love that.
So let's talk about pricing a little bit. Of course, I want people to call you and actually get proper numbers and stuff like that. But are we talking about like a cup of coffee a day kind of thing? Or are we talking about like we need a very serious level of revenue before we start talking about having our own virtual assistant?
Okay. Yes. I wish I could give you a straight answer with that, but here's the thing that we come upon. We don't like to give a straight answer because everybody's business is different. Some people just want social media. That is it. So we actually have people that contract us to go ahead and they'll take pictures throughout their whole entire day or their cruise. They'll do little snippets and then we'll put them into videos. We'll put them into ads and we'll put them into commercials. So that's a completely different gamut. And it's a lot cheaper than what you would think. A lot of individuals are like, oh, that's going to cost me, let's say that you have somebody in your office for 4 hours, right? That's part-time. How much would you usually pay an individual to work in your office for part-time? For 4 hours?
At least $15 an hour minimum.
Right. So then they're doing administration work, right? So they're answering the phone.
Comp.
Right. Exactly. You got benefits. You've got everything else that comes along with an employee, right?
Okay. I see you.
Right? So then when you actually hire, let's say that you're going to hire a virtual assistant just to do administrative work, right? To go ahead and work on your CRM, to go ahead and triage your emails, perhaps maybe even look at your clean up your CRM, do your emails, and then even go into your Googles to go ahead and send out and make sure that clients are being contacted or those individuals that you are. So there's a lot that they do, even just, and let's say it's just $12 an hour, right? And it can even be, if they're doing less than that, then it's going to be even cheaper.
So basically what we're saying is like, the system that you've created is scalable to the extent of what you're expecting out of that virtual assistance. It could be anywhere from 1 hour a week to 20 hours a week, depending on your needs. And that 1 week of kind of like learning each other and learning the system is when you will decide where it's most needed and how many hours according to your suggestion.
Correct. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes. Look at her. Woo! You're hired.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh man,
Yes.
That's super exciting. Okay. Well, Monica, how do people get in contact with you? How do they learn more about your business? Like, will you be at the Fence Show? Will you be anywhere specific anytime soon?
I will be at the fence show with the beautiful women of FWA. So if you definitely want to come by, we're going to be over at the booth. I'm going to be there helping them out. So I am, if you have any questions, if you want to just find out, if you just want to chat about it, if some people just want to inquire, and that's okay. I'm all about talking and seeing where you're at within your business. For me, it's the information. Come after the information. It's free just to go ahead and talk to me and see where we can go ahead and if it's not a good fit for you, that's okay. I'm okay with that. But I would really love to go ahead and just talk to you and just see what everything's about. So
yeah. Awesome. And you have a website?
I do have a website. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate it. So let me tell you, women of FWA, I started my business and then I started talking to Susan and Yadira, and it is because of them that I actually started to come out. So I say, you know what? One day, if I'm going to be ready, I'm going to be ready right now. When I was talking to Susan and Yadira, and I went ahead and just told them about it. So actually, this is the first time I'm talking about integrated solutions. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. So that's why I forgot to go ahead and mention my website. So, yes. So it's integratorsolutions.com. So I will go ahead and put it in my my mailbox, or we can put it at the page, right, on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I want to say that they did a post for you on how to contact you as well, but I'll make sure that it's in the comments if it's not on the main post. But also, while I have you, very quickly, I believe you're married to a man named James who created another company called JobTreker. Can you give us a quick 5-minute overview of what JobTreker is?
Yes. So JobTreker belongs to my husband, and it belongs to both of us. But it is a CRM. And this is why my virtual assistants are able to go ahead and do everything to kind of funnel things and make things automated. And that's basically what JobTreker does. It is a CRM where you can go ahead and track your invoices, inventory, all of the above, plus plus go ahead and send them out. So it kind of triggers each one of the steps to go ahead and make it virtually, where you might just go ahead and put in the customer's name, which I don't do not get me on that one, right? Because then James gonna be like, we don't do that part. In my world, they do, right? You just go ahead and put in the client's name, and it just basically does it automatically, like poof, right? So but we can both talk to you if that's something that you're interested in, and that's he actually hires us to go ahead and do the part where individuals don't want to go ahead and do it. So it's my virtual assistants that actually do the programming, or that go ahead and do the setups and everything else. So we kind of work together at that.
It sounds like the two of you really got together and created a system that was going to have very little, a very small learning curve, right? Because y'all are working together to make sure that people can start using his program and your program immediately and efficiently. And I think that's really awesome and valuable, that you give companies back some time, right?
Yes.
Time with each other, time to focus on other things, make bigger decisions, hopefully grow their business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love that. And Monica, is this JobTreker tailored specifically for the fence industry, or is it open for anybody who isn't in the contractor business?
So, of course, our passion is the fencing companies, right? So that is our passion, but it's also open for the construction.
Awesome.
That's good to know.
Yes.
Monica, I'm so excited you came on. We were all nervous before this, and I feel like it went way better than expected, y'all. I don't think y'all know what's going on over here. I'm literally sitting in what used to be the Las Vegas Fence Gym, but it is now overrun with stanchions and laptops and roll-up banners and scary mannequins with Brian's face on them, boards everywhere. It's extremely overwhelming over here right this very moment.
So
so much to do.
So I heard that you guys, I seen one of the logos to go ahead and do the hats over at our booth, right?
Yes.
So we're going to go ahead and do the hats over at our booth and then the necklaces as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So those are pretty exciting. So if you guys have not seen, this is why it's good to go ahead and be part of the Women of FWA booth, right? Not only do you have your own business, but you go ahead and get to hang out with everybody and be part of doing the hats along with the necklaces and then hanging out with individuals.
Right. And
And
don't
you know
forget
what
we have brunch on Wednesday morning. I have tons of people coming to that. It's going to be a great opportunity. Men are welcome as well, but for some reason it has really become a women's event. That being said, though, like a lot of women are going to have the opportunity to meet one another, really connect, have a nice meal together, maybe a mimosa or two, and get those phone numbers for in your pocket or 3, right?
Yes.
And what else do we have going on, Yadira?
And I was just going to say, like, meet like-minded individual or other women who are, ready to, you might have something in your back of your mind that you've been thinking about doing. And I feel like a lot of times when you connect with other women who are in the same mindset as you, will kind of push you towards that goal. So I'm really happy and I'm really glad to hear that what you're doing, Monica. It fills me to see you doing that and taking my advice from that time when I said you got to live in the moment and just go for it. So very happy for you in that sense, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys or seeing you at the show next.
Thank you for the advice. I really appreciate it, and this is why I like talking to people because you're right. As soon as you hear something and you're like, I can do it. Yeah. And then you have all these other individuals that say, yes, you can. Yes, you can. So, yeah, I definitely agree. Come and talk to all the like-minded individuals and see where you're at and see what else you can do. So it's exciting.
Yes, it is. Well, okay, you guys, that's everything we have for today. Hold on. Yadira's got something.
One more thing. Kim, say if somebody wanted to do a demo with your system, is there a way to do that? Yes.
Yes, there is. Okay. Yep. So we can actually, if you wanted to go ahead and do a demo, if somebody wants to go ahead and volunteer to do a demo, we can definitely do that. And then we can go ahead and have you'll meet with me, and then we'll actually meet with our virtual assistant as well that trains out the other individuals, our other assistants. So we can definitely do that.
Awesome.
Yep. I think that would be fantastic. Yay!
Sorry, Susan. You're good.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm glad we added that in because that was a really good detail and important thing for people to know. That being said, we are not going to go live. Well, we're not going to have a formal Q&A on Tuesday because we will be at the JC Guri 75th anniversary party, which I'm very excited about. We will be at the Fin Show. You still have time to go to finshow.com, get a free pass, use WFWA25. You cannot book your hotel room discounts online. However, I heard from somebody with a giant cowboy hat, if you call South Point Casino and Hotel directly and tell them you are going to the Fin Show, that they will still honor the discounted rate. So if you don't have your rooms, do it now. Google Flights is running a deal like the next couple of days. Hold on, what? While supplies last.
Who was that?
Some guy face is just literally plastered all over the walls in here. Yeah, basically when they're sold out, they're sold out. We don't have control over that is what he's trying to tell me. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for coming, Monica. Yadira, thank you for showing up and making me do this live today. And next time you see us in person, I'll be the person like this, and Yadira will be like, yeah, it's all good. You'll be the cool person that I'm going to keep it all together. Till then.
All right, guys. So thank you. Bye. See you guys in Vegas.